Ronnie Dale, four-wheeling in westernaustralia.com, and welcome to Modified episode number 32. And this time, again, we have a Hilux, but it's been over a year since we had a Hilux. So for all those people who have requested one more, well, here you go. So I reckon we get straight into it and let's meet the owner of the vehicle. How you going, Mitch?
All right, self.
Not too bad. Do you want to tell our audience make and model of the vehicle?
It's a 2010 Toyota Hilux SR D4D.
And manual?
Manual.
So does manual as a 5-speed?
5-speed.
Okay. And part-time four-wheel drive?
Part-time, yep.
Have you got lockers in this one?
Not yet.
Not yet?
It's on the list.
No worries. Rightio, Mitch. Let's run for your bar work.
So I've got the X-Rocks bull bar and I've modified it and put the infill plates in.
Oh, that's why it looks different. Okay. So you do a bit of welding?
Yeah, I do. I'm a boilermaker by trade.
Ah, perfect.
I've knocked the 3 original brackets off the top and put two more brackets on a bit further out and a bit lower down.
Okay.
Just get a bit more vision between the antennas.
That's a good idea. So where were they before? Just on the top in the middle?
Yeah, there was 1, 2, 3.
Ah, yeah.
Around that area there.
Yeah.
Straight on top.
I can see why you've done it then. Did you put these brackets on too?
No, they're the original original brackets on the sides.
Oh, they've always been there.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, you got a winch in here too?
Yeah, 12,000 pound dominator winch from 4-wheel drive supercenter
Okay.
with the factor 55 hitch. Just
Right.
a bit easier. Just throw a shackle on it instead of the hook.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit safer.
Bash plates?
Yeah, it's the original X-Rocks bash plate, but it's for the 2-inch body lift.
Oh, so it's for the 2-inch body lift?
Yep.
Okay.
And then underneath there's the Monster Rides bash plate with the rear bash plate having the cutout for the diff drop.
Yeah, okay. So you got a, so you've dropped a diff because you lifted
Yep.
it. Yeah, okay. Cool. And so Monster Rides, they actually make them for that?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
They come already made, just bolt in.
On the side, you've got side steps.
Side steps, a custom built.
Are they custom as well?
Yep. They need to be modified to suit the 2-inch body lift, but I think I prefer them a bit lower, just to make it a bit easier to get in and out.
Yeah, okay. I see what you mean now. They look, yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit of a gap.
Yeah. All right. Roof rack.
Rhino rack, Pioneer, tradie rack. Just got the extra mounts for the high lift and shovel.
Yep.
Then on the other side I've got Max Track mounts on the roof.
Those mounting pins for the Max Tracks.
Yep.
What are they? Are they actual Max Tracks pins or?
I forgot what the company's called, but
Okay, so it's not something you made.
nah.
On the back, you got the rooftop tent.
Yeah, Roof Systems rooftop tent.
So that sits on these brackets here.
Yep, they're the original runners for it.
Okay. All right, so essentially you pretty much got 2 roof racks then.
Yeah.
Lights and comms now. We'll start with your lights.
So I've got 4 spotties, 2 4-inch HID 55 watts.
Oh, these are 55 watts.
Yeah, these are 55 watters. And the 7 inches, which are also 55 watters.
Do you notice much, are they all on the same switch?
They're all on the same switch.
Okay, so you can't really tell if
No.
with or without, you could put them all on at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in the bar, I've got 18 watt LEDs each side, just to give a bit more spread out to the side of the road.
Is that the reason for you mounting the plate on your bull bar?
Yeah, one of the reasons. So it's sort of angled out and down, so when you're off-road at night,
Yeah.
you can sort of see what's in front of you.
That's a good idea. And I like the angle on them too.
Yeah.
Cool. So you can you sort of see around the corners?
Yeah, you get a good distance out.
Okay.
See it off the side of the track, see what's coming.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing highway driving at night, it gives a good light up onto the side of the road. And then I've got the
The light bar.
44-inch light bar on the roof, which is a spot spread.
Is that curved?
No, it's just a straight light bar.
I look curved from where I was standing. Yeah, cool. Is that why you painted your hood black?
Yes, it stops the glare.
Okay. Because of a white vehicle.
Yeah, it wasn't fun to begin with.
Yeah.
So I swapped the bonnet out. I ended up getting a new bonnet to cut out for the scoop,
Yeah.
so I didn't damage the old one in case I mucked it up.
Oh, yeah, okay. Cool.
So,
We'll cover that in the engine bay. But yeah, that's a good point here. I a black bonnet, and I see it's matte black as well, so it doesn't really reflect much. But when you put light bars on your roof, you've got to make sure they're at least as far back as that one. Otherwise, you even get light through the window as well. You got any lights on the back?
I've got 2 LED blocks on the back, just 10 watters, just for reversing.
Oh, and camping?
Camping.
Now onto communications. This is obviously a UHF.
That's the UHF, that's a GME, 6.6 decibel.
Good range?
Decent range on it, good through the hills as well. So it's a bit of an all-rounder.
Nice. And
this is for my phone cradle, it's a 7 decibel strike. So it picks up better reception.
Okay. So what do they actually do? Because I've never had one. Do they just increase the bars of reception?
They don't increase the bars of reception, it just makes what reception you have
better,
more usable.
Okay.
So if you got maybe 1 bar, you can still access Facebook and Instagram and all that.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. So when I run out of signal, you pretty much run out of signal too. Okay. And we're going to cover handheld devices here as well now.
So I've got my GME 5 watt. It's a TX6150. I use it when I'm spotting people, or when I go for a bit of a walk away from the group.
What kind of range do you get on that, do you know?
I'm not 100% sure. I've had it up to maybe 500 metres away from the group. I can still hear them fine.
We're on to tyres and suspension now, and we'll start with your tyres.
So I've got the Nitto Trail Grapplers in a 285 75/16.
Yep, I recognise these. I love these. How do you find them?
I'm loving them at the moment.
Yep.
They're probably the best muddy I've had compared to the Mickey Thompson MTZs. They wear a lot nicer. They're a lot quieter on the road as well.
Yeah, I found them pretty quiet too. So road noise
is
quiet for you as well.
Pretty comfortable.
Yeah. And how many Ks you done?
About 15,000 in those tyres at the moment, roughly.
What size rims you got?
They're 16-inch rims, and 16 by 8s.
16 by 8s. Okay.
Just the Gecko rims.
Okay.
They're pretty cheap.
All right. Offset?
They're 0 offset. Same with the fronts.
Yep. So basically patrol rims, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So while we're talking on your tyres, let's go to the front here. Now, because I used to have a Hilux myself, and I know there's something you've got to do in here to fit 33s.
You've got to do the body mount chop.
Yeah, and you've done that. Okay.
I've done that.
Cool.
And I've got to notch out the flares a little bit so they don't scrub.
Yeah, I noticed you've modified your splash guards too.
Yep.
Removed them.
Yeah, removed them.
Yeah.
Mainly just because I kept getting water knocking in it.
A Hilux, 05 to
15.
To 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. You basically, to fit 33s, there's a bit of a job you got to do there, but I'll make sure we put that in the on the web page.
Yep.
Now onto suspension. We'll start with the front. So what have we got here?
We've got a 4-inch suspension lift, which is Monster Rides Recon, with superior engineering upper control arms, and the Monster Rides diff drop to keep the CVs happy.
Okay. So you got a 4-inch lift, but you drop the diff 2 inches.
Yep.
Yep. And the reason for that is to save your CV angle so you don't bust the CV.
Yep.
Have you busted any CVs yet?
I've busted 2.
2? Before or after you did the drop?
Before. Or one before, one after.
One before, one after?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think maybe you wore the other one before?
Probably.
Yeah? Oh, because it was the other side?
Yeah, it was both sides. I've done now.
Yeah, okay. So rear suspension, leaf?
Leaf's rear with the Sachs adjustable leaves, just to adjust the weight if I needed to.
Sachs adjustable?
Yeah.
So how do you adjust them?
There's a couple of bolts they can take out.
Oh, so you step it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make it a bit softer or harder, depending on what you need.
Does it take long to do it?
A little bit mucking around, lifting the back of the car up.
Yeah.
Just try and get the bolt out and all that.
You okay to just lift one side of the car up?
I've lifted both sides of the car up to suit the weight, because the canopy holds a fair bit of weight.
All right. So it's something you would do if you're going to take the canopy off, then that's when you do it?
Yeah. If I could take the canopy off, I'll adjust it down so it's a bit softer.
Okay.
And then up the back there, I've got Snake Racing extended shackles, which are with greasable pins. Shockies are also Monster Rides Recons.
Monster Rides Recons. Okay.
Suit the 4-inch.
So we are now going to cover the tray and the canopy. Is it in one unit?
It's all one unit.
One unit, cool. Let's start with what you got on the back here. Rubbish bag.
Rubbish bag.
And
spare tyre.
Spare tyre.
I've got the ARB reverse camera up the top there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the 2 little 10-watt.
The 2 lights we were talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
There's also,
what's this here?
that's the breather for the water tank.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then you've got the tap down here.
And a water tap down here. Gravity fed?
Pump fed, 4 litres a minute.
Okay.
With a pressure cut off as well. So you can leave it on and...
Oh, and it'll stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't burn out the motor. And here you got a little charge point, eh?
Yeah, that's to connect the tent up to power.
Oh, because you got light in
I've got lights in
the
the tent.
Excellent.
So I just run the cable out, plug it in,
Yeah.
it's all ready to go.
Well, before we open the canopy up, your tent, so that's, how much does this tent weigh?
It weighs about 60, 70 kilos.
Yep.
It's a bit of a 2-person lift on.
I suppose for awkward size it will be anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I see you've lowered the canopy to save on fuel.
Yep.
And your drag.
Try and keep the tent out of the wind a bit.
That's a good idea, eh? Excellent.
Then got the awning on the side. It's just a Rhino Rack Sunseeker 2.
So you haven't lowered it too much because there's obviously a bit of a compromise in there.
Yeah. You lower it too far, you don't get much room.
And you can't really get your head in there, can you?
Nah.
Ah, that explains those eyelids.
Yep. You pull them off.
Awesome. Custom drawers?
Yep, custom drawers. Got my Fusion Marine stereo in there. I've got solar hookup, solar panel plugs into here. And I've got my monitor over the side there.
Yeah, okay. And is this a battery monitoring system?
That monitors the battery, both batteries and the solar panel.
Oh, cool.
So I can flick between all of them. So that's solar panel, battery 1, battery 2.
Charging plugs?
Charging plugs. I've also got another little switch to check the second battery.
Oh, cool.
Quick and easy.
And a lot of switches here. Using all of them?
There's a couple that are blank.
Yeah. Oh, basically the ones that aren't.
Yeah, the ones that aren't numbered.
Aren't used. Okay. I like the drawer system. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, a friend of mine custom built it for me.
Okay.
It's all done in a marine ply.
What's the Anderson plug for?
That's for to plug the solar panel in.
Oh, of course. Okay. So you bring a portable.
Yeah, I've got a portable
solar panel.
There's a solar blanket, 108 watt.
Oh, excellent.
So it packs up nice and small.
Yeah. What do you keep in these drawers?
This one here's just got all my cooking gear, some spices and tongs. This one here's just got food, air guard, got a towel, some more camp lights if I need them. And the bottom one keeps my cooker and, well, gas cooker and my barbecue hot plate.
Okay.
Some extra gas, and I normally have a frying pan in there as well.
So do you carry a table that you cook on, or have you got a certain system you do here?
I normally use the top of the fridge.
Because you drop it down.
Yeah. The fridge slides out, drops down.
That'll be the next thing we'll look at. That's your MSA one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Push that back a bit. And we'll just cook on top of there. Just fold that back.
Excellent. So this is your main sort of camping working side?
Yeah.
And the other side's more storage?
More storage, tools, recovery gear.
We are now on the storage side of the canopy. And the storage box, 2 boxes?
2 boxes. That's actually my mate's box. I took it with me. It's
just
got his full drive gear in it.
Yeah.
But this is my main storage box. It holds all my recovery gear, tools.
Just the old cheap Rhino case, eh?
Yep.
They're pretty good.
I've got another compressor in there as well.
You got a spare compressor?
I've got a spare compressor, got me WD-40, a couple of fluids.
Okay.
Some electrical gear as well.
So basically your repair box and a
Yep.
bit of camping gear.
Yep. And then up the top here we've got the twin ARB compressor.
Yeah, right. So
which is fed into a 9 litre air tank underneath with air fittings both sides.
Yeah, I noticed one on the other side. So you got both. That's a cool idea. So you got a shorter hose then?
Yeah, I've just got a slinky hose I can get
Yeah.
to both tyres with each side.
Oh, so you've changed the fitting so it suits a different style
Yeah.
hose? Yeah.
It's all over the Nido fittings.
Yeah. Good compressors, but they're fittings.
Yeah.
Oh, you even got a pressure
Yeah, I've
gauge
got
on it.
pressure gauge up there as well.
What do they normally get up to?
Well, the compressor cuts out to at 150. The tank's only good for 150, so as soon as it gets to 150, the release valve just opens and dumps all the air again.
Not much margin for error there.
Nah, I've got to muck around with the compressor, try and dial it down, maybe get it cut out at 140.
Yeah, okay. They are hard to find tanks that do go over 150. I was lucky to find one that did 160, but it's still only 10 psi.
Yeah.
It's not much.
Nice to play with.
But I mean, these should be reliable enough to cut out at 150. So with a 9 litre tank, because I've got one as well, slightly smaller tyres than what I had to pump up, but do you find that a full tank will give you half a tyre?
Yes.
That's about it?
About half a tyre. Once I've got to keep the compressor running, otherwise it won't. It get half a tyre and that's about it.
Yeah, and then it backs off the compressor, then it basically uses the compressor after. Yeah, I found the same. So for those guys who want to do air tanks because you want to fill your vehicle up quicker, you're going to need, I reckon, at least 2 tanks.
Yep.
At least. But good for air tools. Do you run air tools?
I've got a rattle gun at home that I use with it.
Awesome.
Which I accidentally left at home.
Yeah, but it works all right, eh?
Yeah, it works good.
Yeah.
Little compact rattle gun, gets wheel nuts off, undo most things.
Awesome.
So it makes it a lot easier. I've also got an electric rattle gun as well in my toolkit.
Which one do you reckon is best?
Um,
is it air enough to justify having the...
Air is good if you're taking tyres on and off.
Mm.
But if you're trying to get up under the car to do something up, I prefer using the electric.
Oh yeah, bit easier to work around.
Yeah, you don't have lines coming everywhere.
Yeah. So before we move away from the tray, almost forgot to talk about your fuel tank.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've only got one point to fill it up.
One point to fill up.
So you've expanded the tank then?
I've got a long range fuel tank, 120 litres.
120 litres?
So we get about 900 to 1,000 k's out of it.
Okay.
On a good run.
That's not bad. Now onto the engine bay, the hood. And before you open this up, this scoop. Well, so you changed the bonnet because of the light, we already discussed that. But was that the main reason?
Also wanted to get a bit more air into the engine bay to keep the engine bay temps down.
Yep.
It's kept it cooler.
Because this is significantly bigger than the factory one, because the factory one's just, was it on this side or the other side?
This side,
this side, yeah.
Offset to off the centre.
Yeah.
To suit the original intercooler.
I don't know why, but they've always annoyed me because they're off centre.
Yeah, it's annoyed me too. I love this now.
Yeah, awesome. Well, let's open it up. Right, so immediately I can see that there's something different here.
Yes, I've replaced the top mount intercooler with a bigger front mount, which is down here. It's dropped EGTs about 100 degrees.
100?
Yep.
Wow.
Just because it's so much bigger.
Yeah. Do you think this is helping as well, but because you got a big?
I wouldn't.
Was it more water temp that's cooling there, or?
Yeah, it's more trying to keep the engine cooler.
Yeah.
So it's more water temp.
Okay.
Which I haven't really noticed a big drop, but it has helped.
Okay. So for the guys who are wondering how much work's involved in getting the front mount intercooler, because you've got your 2 pipes in and out.
Really the hardest part is cutting the holes in the front here.
On the framework?
In the frame, just to run the pipes through.
Okay.
I got the HPD kit, comes with everything you need, all the bolts, all the brackets. There's no real mucking around with it.
Okay.
The only thing I have changed out of the kit is change the clamps over to constant torque clamps, because the original clamps are just standard hose.
Yeah.
And they kept blowing hoses off.
So you did this yourself then?
Yeah, I've done all the work myself.
Okay. Turbo?
Turbo's standard turbo. The engine does have a ECU remap done by Systems.
Okay.
It's now putting out 149 horsepower at the wheels. compared to the 119 that it was.
Okay, so that's add the wheels with 33s on.
33s on.
Yeah.
Air filter is just a standard paper air filter. I find it
Okay.
to be reliable.
Coming in snorkel.
Coming into the snorkel. Got the HPD catch can as well.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yep.
And fuel filter, have you got an extra one?
No, I've only got the standard fuel filter at the moment.
Yeah, you're looking at getting a...
I'm going to get a second one and mount it under the tray.
Oh, so like a pre-filter right at the tank
Yeah.
before it gets here. Let's go on to your electrical then. So you've got 2 batteries there, they're both Optimas.
Both Optimas, yellow top and the marine blue top, which is the deep cycle.
Deep cycle battery, yep. How many amp hours are in the Optimas?
Front one's only 55, back one's 66.
Yep.
I am looking at getting a bigger second battery just to get the fridge colder for longer.
Mm-hmm.
I can get 2 days out the fridge, and then if I hook the solar panel up, it's fine, but if I don't want to use the solar panel, it's only about 2 days.
Okay. And would you fit a bigger one there though?
Probably not. I was going to mount a bigger second one in the
back?
in the tray.
Okay. And red arc system as isolator?
Red arc isolator.
Can you jump it from the second?
Yes, I can. I've got the switch in the cab links the 2 batteries up.
Awesome.
So it's good when you're winching, if you need a bit more grunt. It's the BRC diff breathers, gearbox breathers.
I got 4 breathers here?
Yep.
1 for each diff, transfer case?
Transfer case and gearbox.
And gearbox. So you got 2 breathers on your you got 1 on each?
Yep.
Okay. Because a lot of vehicles only have, they share the same. Okay, that's good to know. Now to the interior of Mitch's Hilux. And before, I'm going to prompt Mitch to discuss what else is in here. So I want to point out that he's got a fire extinguisher, and it's a decent size one, and a very easy spot to reach. And I remember someone mentioning in the comments on YouTube how someone's taken note that every single vehicle he's seen, almost every single vehicle he's seen, all have their fire extinguishers in a very hard to reach place. And that's a very good point, because if you do have a vehicle fire, you want to get to it straight away, because you've only got seconds before it gets beyond repairable, I guess you could sort of say. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, what should we start with here?
Oh, we'll start with the roof console. It's just the Outback Accessories roof console.
And you got your radio in it?
Got my GME radio, TX 3510. And then I keep my handheld up in here, winch controls.
Oh, your winch controls, yeah, okay.
So I've just got my remote and receiver sitting in there as well, so it's easy to get to.
Okay. Do you go with the wire one as well, like the plug-in one?
I do have the wire one, but that sits in the space case in the back.
Okay.
Then I've also got my ARB reverse camera, rear vision mirror reverse camera.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, hey. So you can leave this on when you're driving?
Well, as soon as I turn the car on, it comes on.
It comes on.
So, because I can't see out the back anymore, I rely on that to use as a rear vision mirror.
Do you tow anything?
No, I don't tow anything.
Okay. But yeah, obviously, because you got the canopy, you can't see anything.
Yeah, just makes it a lot easier, especially when you're driving through the city and whatnot.
Awesome. Communications then? What do you got here? Oh, navigation?
Yeah, I've got my iPad with running HEMA maps, which I normally hotspot that to my phone so I can get reception on it.
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
It also has its own GPS in there as well, so I can still follow tracks and all that.
Yeah.
If I don't have any reception.
Okay.
Then I've got my Strike phone cradle, which is also linked into my head unit, so I can play music and do all the good stuff in there.
Oh, linked by wires?
Yeah, linked by a cable. So it plugs into the Alpine, so I can charge it and get power for the antenna.
Scan gauge 2?
Yep.
What do you normally run on the screen?
Normally run water temp, intake temp, average fuel, and fuel per 100k.
Okay.
Well.
So what is your average temp?
My average temp? Water temp sits around 90 to 105.
Okay. And your EGT temp?
EGT temp, that will sit around 350, cruising along.
And that brings us to your pillar pods then. So the top one's EGT?
EGT and boost, which is just the red arc gauge. So I've got boost one side, EGT the other. Fuel, oil pressure gauge, And then down the bottom I've got my dual battery gauge.
Oh, excellent. So you can keep an eye on it there too.
Yep.
All right.
And then down the side of the steering column here I've got my wind booster, just to get a bit more throttle control.
Yep.
Boost that up a bit.
And I like the old classic spot to put your switches in a Hilux. I did the exact same in mine.
There's nowhere else to really put them.
Yeah, oh, it's a good spot though.
Yeah.
All along there. So that's basically just all your driving lights, your compressor and all that.
Yeah, engine bay lights as well,
Right.
which need to be hooked up still.
So where's your diff lock one's going to be?
Diff lock's going to be on this side.
Yeah.
So I have front and rear diff lock on here.
Okay. All right. Apart from that, then you've put this in here.
Yeah, put that in there.
USB charger. You've done a rear seat mod on this?
Done the rear seat mod, and I've just got my subwoofer and amp behind there.
Okay. Q&A time. Mitch, first question for you, mate, is what are your top 3 favourite mods you've done to your Hilux?
Probably building the canopy, making everything easier off-road. Everything's got its spot, instead of throwing it in a tray.
So for your camping, you just completely set up?
Completely set up.
Yeah.
They're always ready to go. Second one would have to be the ECU rear mat. Just getting that extra power out makes it a lot nicer going off-road, even on highway, being able to overtake and all that. And then my third one would have to be my full suspension lift, just making it easier, being able to take harder tracks instead of sitting on the side of the road waiting for everyone else.
And you're including your drop-down diff and everything, just the whole package?
Whole package.
What is the one thing you must have when you go four-wheeling or camping?
Probably beer.
Beer?
Yep. It's gotta be beer.
Beer and company?
Yeah, beer and company.
You can't drink by
mates.
yourself.
Yep.
Right, so with the SR Hilux, what are the top things to look out for in your opinion with this vehicle?
Mainly just CV angles. You got to look out for, because they do like to bust CVs if the angles are too steep.
Yep, so anything above 2 inches you gotta look out
anything
for.
above 2 inches, you got to sort of start dropping the diff. Just keep those angles happy.
With the injector issues on these, because they are known for the def rattles,
Yep.
have you had that issue?
I haven't had that issue yet.
Okay, how many kilometres have you done?
I've got 130, just over 130,000 on this at the moment.
Okay.
So I'll be coming up to looking at injectors, but when that time comes, I'll be upgrading to bigger injectors, probably plus 30s.
Yeah, okay.
Because there'll be a bigger turbo coming along soon as well.
Oh, okay, so that answers the next mod question. So,
Yeah.
so the next big mods are obviously diff locks front and rear.
Yep.
You're going to do them air locks or?
I'm going to go e-lockers.
E-lockers, yeah. And turbo?
Turbo, stage 2.
Turbo stage 2
And I'll probably go Monster Max KD piggyback ECU.
Okay.
Just to tune it all in, and the plus 30 injectors.
And plus 30 injectors. All right. So for people who have just bought a SR or an SR5 Hilux, because they're pretty much the same thing, what would you advise them where to go to get a lot more information as well with their builds? Because there's so many Hiluxes around. A lot of these have been modified heaps. I mean, Monster Rides are one company I know that they've done a lot of stuff just for the Hilux. So if you can give guys a couple of forums or websites or something.
Yeah, well, you've got the new Hilux.net forum. There's also a couple of forums on Facebook, Hilux Western Australia page, and another one is Modified Hilux N70, and another one being Aussie Hilux N70.
Okay, that's a lot of pages there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one do you reckon is the best?
I prefer the Modified Hilux N70. It's more of a select group of people.
And then more talking about modified.
Yeah, they're
particular?
starting to get into the real modified, doing bigger turbos and big lifts, solid axle conversions and all that.
Well, that's the other thing with vehicles as well. Once they've been around for a while, like this model Hilux, there's so much more stuff available.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was modifying my Hilux, everything was kind of new. We're putting 33s and stuff on. There was only a couple of people that had done it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now people are running 35s, 37s.
37s?
Yeah, there's a bloke over east running 37s on his.
That's solid axle four link,
isn't it?
isn't
Yeah, that's solid axle.
I think I know the guy.
Yeah.
Right, Mitch, thanks for bringing the Hilux out.
No worries, mate, anytime.
And if you want to know more about this Hilux, there is a link up in that corner. And please do subscribe right here if you haven't already. And there is a bell button you can click on as well if you already are a subscriber. That will give you a notification and you won't miss a video ever. And if you'd like to support the creation of this kind of content, you can go to patreon.com/Ronnie Dale. And if you'd like to see modified from last time, there's a video just down here. Thanks again. See ya.